Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, today I am going to teach you and I am continue my teaching of my topic digestion in man. We have discussed about the term. What is the term of digestion? Okay, digestion is a process in which the complex food molecules convert into the simple and diffusible form. And as well as we have discussed about the uh, only three organs of digestion. Okay, this is the you can see on your computer screen, this is the alimentary canal. Okay, and in the alimentary canal we have discussed about the oral cavity. Okay, and we have discussed about the steps of the digestion, and according to these steps we have discussed about the first step, ingestion in oral cavity. We have discussed about the mechanical and chemical digestion in oral cavity. We have discussed about the function of esophagus as well as pharynx into the digestion, as well as we have discussed about the stomach, the complete structure of stomach we have discussed, as well as we have discussed about the mechanical and chemical digestion of food, okay, in stomach. But when the food moves from the oral cavity, it was in the form of bolus. When it was into the stomach, after the action of HCl and pepsin, enzyme pepsin, it converted into the chyme, into the fluid form, okay, into the paste like form. And after that today we will discuss about the remaining steps, means ingestion and digestion. We will continue the digestion into the small intestine, as well as we will this absorption in small intestine in ileum. Okay, and today we will discuss inshallah ta'ala about the last step, egestion into the large intestine. And these are the organs of small intestine. Duodenum, ileum are on your screen, as well as appendix, cecum, colon, rectum, and anus are the part of the large intestine. Okay, so now let's start today about the digestion in small intestine. On your screen, this is the small intestine. Are you seeing? Beta, small intestine, it is made up of three parts, okay, and as well as contains juices. What are these juices? These juices are the bile juice, pancreatic juice, and intestinal juices. Okay, first, what are the three parts of the small intestine? First part is duodenum. Second part is jejunum, and the third is ileum. On your screen, this is the duodenum. The shape of the duodenum is C-shaped, alphabet C. Okay, you can observe it very carefully. Okay, it is the starting and beginning part of the small intestine. The second is jejunum. It is the blue in color on your screen. This is the mid-coiled part of the small intestine. And the third is the ileum. It is the last and final section of the coiled part of the small intestine. Okay, the digestion and absorption, both steps, according to these both steps we will discuss the process of digestion in man. Okay, so now first, what is the duodenum? The size of the duodenum is 25 in centimeter, or in inches it is 10 inch. Okay, now I'm moving towards the duodenum first. Observe my cursor. This is the duodenum. I am moving my cursor on this duodenum. You can observe this is C shape. Okay, and what is happening into the duodenum? It is the starting and beginning action. Okay, and the food in the form of chyme, 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 enters into the duodenum at the same time. Two types of juices from, this is the liver, this is the pancreas. Two types of juices enters into the duodenum with ducts. These ducts are called the bile duct and the pancreatic duct, and these juices having enzymes, and they act on the chyme. Okay, and these juices are secreted by the liver and pancreas. Okay, now what is the main function of the bile juice on the food in the form of chyme? Bile juice, first understand bile juice. Bile juice is secreted by the liver. You are seeing this is the liver. Okay, dark brown in color. This is the largest gland of the body. Liver, it is the largest gland of the body. It is dark brown in color, and it located in the abdominal cavity on the upper right hand side of the man abdominal body beneath the diaphragm. You know, diaphragm, it is used for the respiration. It is a flap, it is a muscular flap like structure. Okay, that means it is present beneath the diaphragm, okay, in the abdominal cavity on the upper side. Okay, this liver secretes the dark greenish color secretion. This secretion is called bile juice, and this bile juice is stored into the gallbladder. Observe, this is a gallbladder. Okay, you can observe this is a dark green in color. Okay, and it stores this bile juice in it, and according to requirement and time, this bile juice, it travels through the bile duct and enters into the duodenum and act on the chyme. Now, what is the function of this bile juice? This bile juice performs two function and having two action. The first action of the bile juice, what means, it has salts. This bile juice contains salts. Okay, but you know, bile juice contains no enzymes, but it has the salts. And what is the action of this is salts? This salts having detergent action. Detergent, you know, detergent we use in our houses for washing the clothes. To means why, beta? Because the chyme is coming from the stomach, and it having in acidic in nature because of the action of acid. To means these salts provides the alkaline medium. Okay, and it reduces the acidic nature of the chyme. Okay, and the second function of bile juice, it performs the function of emulsification. What is emulsification? Emulsification is a process because the chyme contains the all types of nutrient in the form of polymers, protein and fats and carbohydrate, but only the bile acts on the fat. Okay, and convert the large molecule of fats into the and convert the large molecules of fats into the fatty droplets. Observe this picture. These are the picture of emulsification. Okay, and these are the large molecule of fat, and they are converting into the small pieces of fats. Okay, small pieces of fat by the process of emulsification. Okay, done. After that, we are going to discuss the pancreatic juice. What the pancreatic juice is working on a chyme. This is pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice, this is the secretion of pancreas. You are observing my cursor. This is the leaf like structure. This is the pancreas. Okay, and this pancreas is located into the upper left side of the abdomen. Okay, and it is present behind the stomach. Okay, where it is present, it is located behind the stomach and into the upper left abdomen. Okay, and the shape of the pancreas is leaf like. Okay, and it secretes the secretion called pancreatic juice, and this juice contains variety of enzymes. Okay, it contains variety of enzymes, and this pancreatic juice is travel through the pancreatic duct and enters into the duodenum and acts on chyme. But what are these? It contains the variety of enzymes, but we will discuss only three here according to your syllabus. The first is trypsinogen. The first enzyme is present, which is present into the pancreatic juice. It is a trypsinogen. Second is pancreatic lipase. Third is amylase. What is the action of trypsinogen? Trypsinogen acts on the protein portion. The chyme, again I'm telling you, chyme contains the fat, protein, carbohydrate and nucleic acid. Okay, these four compounds are polymers, and the complex compound are present into the chyme. Okay, but the trypsinogen only acts on the protein and convert this protein into the peptides. Okay, student, and beta, already we have discussed the in stomach in stomach pepsin is also have done work onto the protein, and the protein is partially digested already have done into the stomach. Okay, but here the more work on the protein portion is done by the trypsinogen. The second enzyme is pancreatic lipase, and this pancreatic lipase act on the fat, the okay small molecules of fats, because they are in the form of fatty droplets, and and these pancreatic lipase work on the small pieces of fatty droplets and convert them into the fatty acids and glycerol. These are the monomers. Okay. And the third is amylase. Amylase enzymes acts on the carbohydrate and convert into the maltose. Already in the oral cavity, we have discussed that the carbohydrate is partially digested in oral cavity by the action of salivary amylase or ptyalin. Okay, but the remaining digestion on carbohydrate will complete into the duodenum. Okay, beta, in the human body the digestion completes step by step. Okay, not completely the one portion of the carbohydrate or protein is not completely digested into the one organ. It completes gradually into the different organs of the body. That's why the carbohydrate and protein, the remaining digestion of the protein and carbohydrate completes, okay, into the duodenum. Still it is little bit left. Okay, what happened after that means the intestinal juices. Okay, the rest of the digestion, which is it is little bit left, it will complete by the intestinal juices, and these juices are present. This is a diagram you can observe. This is the portion of the intestine. Okay, and the walls of the intestine having the glands. Okay, these intestinal glands having the intestinal juices, and these juices completes the rest of the digestion. And the if any polymer in the form of polysaccharides, protein and fat and nucleic acid, which is little bit is left, it is completed into the intestine. Okay, and convert these polymers into their components molecules, mean convert into their polymers. Okay, so means digestion is completed into the small intestine at the end by the intestinal juices. Okay, now you can see on your digestion have been completed. Okay, now we are starting the next step, absorption. Okay, absorption. Absorption in the small intestine is done by the, you are seeing these are the finger-like projections. These finger-like projections are called villi in the wall of the small intestine. These finger-like projections are present and they are in millions of numbers. Okay, beta, and in one of them millions means only one structure we are discussing here. Okay, and what is this? This is singular. It is called villus. Okay, and this villus is connected by the blood capillaries as well as the central vessel. It is also called lacteal or lymph vessel. Okay, this is the structure of this, means absorption of the nutrients. Now the digestion has been completed and the complex food is converted into the simple form, and now in the simple form into the diffusal form across the intestinal lining. The absorption will done by the villus. Okay, what is villus? First try to understand the structure of the villus. the this is the wall of the villus. Okay, the walls of the villus is made up of only one single layer, only the cells of one single layer in thickness. They are very fine. Okay, like a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, and they absorb the food nutrients in these blood capillaries. Student, villas also called the vehicles. Why they are called vehicles? What is the function of the vehicles? We have vehicles and vehicles are the part of the transport. Okay, and what is the purpose of the vehicles carry the passengers or things from one place to another place. Like that, the villus absorb the food nutrients into the blood capillaries, and from the blood capillaries into the blood, and blood carry these food nutrients and transport by the process of assimilation to all parts of the body. This is the one more step and step of the digestion in man. Okay, so means what happening, because here in the small intestine the food into the very simple form in the blood capillaries. Okay, in the blood capillaries, these are the blood capillaries, only the only the amino acids, sugar, and nucleosides. Okay, again I'm repeating, amino acids, which is the monomer of the carbohydrate, amino acid which is the monomer of the protein, and the nucleosides, these are the simple and monomer of the nucleic acid. Okay, you know, nucleic acid is present in all of the most of the food which we eat. Okay, and these are only absorbed by the blood capillaries. You are seeing this is a blood capillary network. Okay, these are absorbed by them and into the bloodstream. Okay, you know, but villas is provide they are millions in number. That's why they increase the surface area for the absorption of the food nutrients. Okay, like the alveoli in the lungs. Okay, now after absorption, these nutrients ab- they are transported to all parts of the body. But first, these nutrients, with the help of blood, they carry towards the liver. Why they are taking towards the liver? You observe that why they are taking to the liver. With the help of hepatic portal vein. You know, student, we have discussed in the frog already. Like frog, we have a portal system in our body. Okay, and this portal system is very important because the hepatic portal vein take these nutrients for the storage into the liver and for the further chemical changes. Okay, and from the from the hepatic portal vein, these blood according to requirement and according to need moves toward the heart. Okay, this is very liver is very much important for other many functions as well. Okay, okay, Jana. Now the amino acid is have been absorbed. Okay, sugar have been absorbed, and as well as nucleosides have been absorbed. Which is left? Only the fatty acids and glycerol are left. You know, student, where they will absorb? Yes, they will absorb into the lacteal. You are seeing, you are observing my cursor. This is a lacteal. This is also called the lymph vessel. Okay, and these fatty acids and glycerol are absorbed into the lymph vessel or lacteal, and from here this lymph vessel form the lymphatic system. You know, in our body we have a lymphatic system, student. This is the immune system of our body, and these lymphatic system are network of vessels that carry the white blood cells and the lymph, which is a fluid, and it contains the fatty acids, glycerol, white blood cells. Okay, and they will move towards the body by absorbing into the lymph vessel and absorb the glycerol and vitamins as well. Okay, so means two main functions of the villus are here. The by the blood capillaries, the amino acids, sugar, and nucleosides are absorbed and move towards the liver with the help of hepatic portal vein for storage. Okay, but the fatty acids and cholesterol are absorbed by the lacteal or the lymph vessel and move towards the lymphatic system to increase our strength, to increase our immunity, and according to requirement, these white blood cells are absorbed in our body and move towards their respective organs. Okay, done. Absorption have done, ingestion have done, digestion is done, absorption have done. Which is left? Now see on the blackboard, this is the summary of your digestive juices and their sources and action. We have discussed the name of the digestive juices: saliva. Saliva is present into the oral cavity inside the salivary glands. It contains the ptyalin. I wrote here ptyalin, but in your syllabus, the one more name is salivary amylase. Okay, what it does, it converts the starch into maltose. Okay, and the gastric juice is present into the walls of the stomach. Okay, it contains HCl and pepsin. HCl kills the germ. Pepsin convert proteins into the polypeptides. These are the also the complex form. Okay, and the second is bile. Bile is secreted by the liver. It contains no enzymes. Remember this thing, okay? And what happened? It only done the only one function. This is the emulsification. Okay, done. And the second is pancreatic juice. This juice is secreted by the pancreas. It contains three enzymes: trypsinogen, lipase, and amylase. And the trypsinogen work on proteins, lipase work on fats, and amylase work on the starch and convert into the maltose. Okay, and the last is intestinal juices. These juices are present into the walls of the intestine. Okay, and it converts the all polysaccharides, means polysaccharides, protein, fats, nucleic acid into their monomers. Okay, into their from polymers to monomers. See the next picture. In this picture, you can easily observe how this is the starch polymer. It is converting into the simple form glucose protein by the action of these are enzymes beta, and these proteins is converting into the amino acids, okay, and fat by the action of enzyme is converting into the fatty acids and glycerol, okay, done. And in the next, the one more summary on your screen, I made this chapter very much convenient and easy for you. And in this table, you can easily observe what are, the food is converted from the polymer into the monomer, we have discussed, okay. But what are the roles these monomers are the playing in our body, which role they are playing? The first role of the glucose, this glucose provides energy and make the ATP compounds, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and this adenosine triphosphate is stores into the mitochondria, remember, and according to requirement or need, we use these ATP molecule. ATP are the energy rich compound, okay. And the second is amino acid. Amino acid, what is the main function? Amino acid is makes our own enzymes. Enzymes are the chemicals, they are the catalyst, okay, and they are very much important because they increase the rate or reaction of the chemical reaction in our body, okay. In chapter 7, in chapter 6, we have discussed about the enzymes, okay. Enzymes are catalyst as well. So means amino acids are the very important part of the enzymes, okay, and as well as amino acids are responsible to make the other body proteins, okay, in our body, in the man body, into the human body, okay. The second is fatty acids and glycerol. Fatty acids and cholesterol are very much important because they are the source of cellular energy. Fats provides a double amount of energy than carbohydrate, but the oxygen first always break down the oxygen. Okay, done. So means fatty acid and cholesterol they use for cellular energy, and as well as this energy store and they store the energy in our body, as well as the fatty acid and cholesterol are responsible to make the cell membranes and steroid hormones. What are steroids? Steroids are the chemical drugs. These are man made, okay, but they are present in our body and they are work like a hormones, okay. Athletes and wrestlers are use the steroids drugs. What? Because they increase the rate of reaction in our body like hormones. Means steroids are used as a hormone in our body. Okay, done. After this summary, the last step of the digestion is left. This is digestion. Digestion is very much important, beta, because after the metabolism, in the result of catabolism and anabolism and the anabolism, many waste products are produced in our body, and these waste materials should be eliminated from our body, okay. It is very much important for our body. So means the last step is digestion in our body, and this step of the process of digestion of man is done by the large intestine. On your screen, you can easily observe the diagram of the large intestine, and these large intestine perform two main functions. The first function is remove the water from the undigested food, and the second is it digested out the undigested food in the form of feces from the body, okay. But first try to understand the structure of the large intestine. The large intestine is made up of three parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. Observe the diagram. This is cecum starting end. This is the colon. Colon is the largest portion of the large intestine, and this is the rectum, and the end rectum having anus as well. Okay. So now first I'm going to discuss about the cecum. See on your screen, this is the cecum. This is the pouch at the beginning of the large intestine. This is the pouch, like is the little bit expand part, okay. And what is this is very much important because cecum joins the small intestine. Observe my cursor. This is the small intestine, okay, ileum. It joins in the beginning portion of cecum, okay. So means cecum joins the small intestine to the large intestine. That's why it is very much important, okay. And it receives the undigested food with water. Undigested food with water, okay. And at the end of the cecum, this is the finger like pouch is hanging. This is called appendix, okay. And this appendix is no longer useful into the digestion, okay. It is also called the vestigial organ of the human body. the scientists are working of the function of the appendix, but still there is no more progress about the action of the appendix in the human body. Okay, it's supposed the vestigial organ of the human body. Means this is the cecum. Okay, the cecum is very much important because it joins the small intestine to the large intestine. Okay, done. And the food in the form of undigested form, this travels into the cecum from small intestine to the large intestine, and after that the second part is colon. Colon is on your screen. It is the largest portion, okay? And the colon, it is present into the abdominal cavity, but it is present. Then it is the ascending. You observe my. This is the ascending colon. This is the transverse colon, and this is the descending colon. Three portions I am telling you. The colon has three parts. The ascending colon, ascending means upward, okay, and this is the transfer from left to right, okay, and this is the descending from top to bottom. These three portions are of the colon is composed of, okay, and it is present into the upper abdomen and then the down on the left side of the abdomen, okay. Try to understand the location first. It is very much important part because it is the very most important part. Take participate into the digestion process. Okay, then what happens when the food enters into the cecum? It travels into the ascending colon, and in the ascending colon, what happens? The ascending colon absorbs the fluids and salts which are present into the undigested food. Fluid means water, and salts, they are absorbed by the ascending colon. Okay, and after that the food is without water and salt. With very little amount of water, it travels into the transverse colon and then descending colon. Here, by the action of bacteria, this undigested food, okay, converted into the feces by the action of bacteria. You know, large number of bacteria are present in into the gastrointestinal cells of these cells are present into the large intestine. These bacteria are present into the walls of the large intestine, and they act on the undigested food, and they convert this undigested food into the feces. Okay, this is the dry form of the undigested food. It is not good for health, and it should be eliminated from the body. It should be eliminated from our body. Okay, so means after the time being, the bacteria in the colon help in digest the remaining food. If the little bit amount of food products are left, it means minerals or some part of the food, it is also again digest and absorb, and then the food is moved towards the rectum. Okay, this is the rectum you are observing on your screen. Rectum, it is the smallest and last portion of the large intestine. Okay, and here the food is stay for a time being, okay, in the form of feces, and according to requirement and the time being, it is egested out from the rectum. This is the anus. This is the last point and last end of the digestion of the process of digestion. Is the last step of digestion, okay, and the food is eliminated from the human body, and the last step has been covered. Okay, student, so means these are the steps I have discussed with you. Again, I'm giving you review from the beginning. Okay, today, student, we have discussed about the digestion and absorption and ingestion into the human digestion. But from the beginning, this is the end of the digestion. The three organs we have discussed in my previous lecture. Okay, you know, digestion in the man, it start from the first step, ingestion. Okay, and after ingestion, the food move to the oral cavity. In the oral cavity, chemical and mechanical both digestions occur, and after that the food is moved towards the pharynx, okay, and esophagus, but there is no process of digestion occurs because they are only the pathway of the digestion in the man. Okay, after that the food enters into the stomach. Into the stomach, the peristalsis movement is very much important in the stomach, as well as peristalsis movement is going on, churning process is going on. Because of this, the food is breakdown, means mechanical digestion as well as the chemical digestion occurs into the stomach, and in the stomach the food which we take from the mouth into the complex form without decompose. Okay, it converted into the form of chyme. Okay, it is a fluid form. Okay, after that, today we discussed about the digestion in small intestine. Today we have discussed about the parts of the small intestine. Again, please better try to pronounce properly duodenum. 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 Okay, it is 25 centimeter, and the jejunum. Okay, the second part, and the last is ileum. Okay, done. And today we discussed about the most important part of the small intestine is duodenum. You know, beta, it's because duodenum receive the juices from the liver and pancreas. Liver and pancreas both are the glands. The liver is the largest gland, and pancreas is also, which is present behind the stomach. They both have of them having the secretions. These secretions are called bile juice and pancreatic juice, and these juices having the only the pancreas having the enzymes, bile having no enzymes. Okay, and we discussed about the bile juice. Bile juice act on chyme, and the main important function of the chyme of the bile juice is emulsification, and the second function is provides the alkaline medium, and this bile juice is stored into the gallbladder. Okay, and today we discussed the emulsification process. We discussed about the pancreatic juice, how the liver take participate by their pancreatic juice. This pancreatic juice contain many enzymes, but today we discussed only the three: trypsinogen, pancreatic lipase, and amylase. Trypsinogen on protein, act on protein, pancreatic lipase act on fats, and amylase acts on carbohydrates. Okay. Today we discuss the intestinal juices. First time they are present into the walls of the small intestine, and the rest of the digestion is completed into the small intestine, and the all polysaccharides. Poly means many, na? Polysaccharides, protein, fats, and nucleic acid. The first time you are studying the nucleic acid, beta. Nucleic acid means it present into the almost of the food which we eat, and these two types of pancreatic nuclease are responsible to digest these nucleic acid in our food. Okay, and here the all polymers converted into the monomers. Today we discussed about the absorption into the small intestine by the villus. We discussed about the structure of the villus. Okay, and we discussed only the three nutrients: sugar, amino acids, and nucleosides absorb into the blood capillaries. Only the fatty acids and glycerol are absorbed by the lacteal or lymph vessel, and these lymph vessels form the lymphatic system in our body, which is the immunity system in our body, to give us strength and power to fight against the diseases. Okay, and we have discussed this is the structure and function of the liver in detail, and we discussed about the summary of the juices, digestive juices, or we can say secretions, we can say enzymes. Okay, and their actions in the on the food. The polymers means the food contains the protein, fats, carbohydrate, and nucleic acid. These the action of enzyme on it. We have discussed about how the polymers convert into the monomers. We have discussed the roles of the monomers. These are the energy, and how these monomers, these simple and diffusible form work in our body. Okay, and how they provide us energy, how the enzymes and how they take participate in our body to helpful to maintain our metabolism and to do our daily routine work. Okay, that's why it is very much important. That means it's very much important. Food should be properly digested, and it should be properly absorbed in our body, and through the assimilation process it moves towards all parts of the body. You know, student, in our body the all steps according to step digestion is very much important in the man body. We have discussed the large intestine, okay, and into the large intestine we have discussed the parts of the large intestine, cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum we have discussed is join the small intestine to the large intestine, okay, and the colon we have discussed is convert the undigested food into the feces, or rectum. Rectum is responsible to egestate out the undigested food in the form of feces after the action of bacteria from the body. And now the digestion is man have been completed. I hope you all of them have understood nicely, and inshallah ta'ala we will meet together with a new chapter, inshallah. And but before going, I'm telling you the home task, okay. There are the 6 questions. Explain the structure of small intestine with label diagram, okay, but you will draw this from my slide number 3. You will draw, okay, answer from slide number 3. Describe the process of digestion in small intestine and role of the duodenum bile juice according to this. These are the slide number 4, 5, 7, 8. Describe the structure and function of villus. Okay, you will write the answer from my slide. Okay, with label diagram. Make a table to show the digestive enzyme and their sources. You will write the answer from my slide. This answer is not present in your book. Okay. And the second is write the names of polymers and their respective monomers and their roles. You will write the answer from slide number 13. Describe the structure and function of large intestine with label diagram. Answer from my slide, beta, not from book. These answers are you will write from my slides. Okay. Allah Hafiz. We will meet together inshallah tomorrow.